So I spent some time in some other teams' spaces on Twitter where different fan bases talking about their teams, arguing about their teams, debating about games that are coming up this season, debating rosters and players and, things like that. And now I found myself very, very entertained listening to these conversations, listening to the banter between these fan bases, man. And I enjoyed it. And I remember for so long, I wouldn't even participate in things like that because my team was nothing to talk about. So even though last year was a successful year for the New York Giants, I still don't quite feel like I need to be talking as much trash as I want to. So, I fall back a little bit. Unless somebody's getting reckless and talking about the Giants all crazy, I kind of sit back and I want to listen to, what other people have to say. But I was in the spaces today and I heard, it was some Steelers fans and some Ravens fans and some Bills fans and some Dolphins fans. And all of these people were going at it. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. And I'm just thinking to myself, I can't wait to be able to jump in these spaces with around other fan bases and be able to talk. And I talk now. Don't get me wrong. I talk now. I big up the team. I'm very, very positive, very, very optimistic about this team. But I already know this is one season of success. And even in that success, there's some question marks. So like I said, I be quiet. I sit back and I listen. And in some cases, I like to hear what other people have to say about the New York Giants. And it's funny to me because in some cases, other fan bases talk higher about the Giants than our own fan base. Now, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, absolutely. But it's funny to me that other people, other fan bases can talk highly about the New York Giants when there's people in our own fan base that don't feel the same way. Now, there's been a lot of trauma when it comes to the New York Giants. When you lose year after year after year, it builds up trauma. It builds up fear. And the one thing you don't want to have is a false hope. You don't want to be the guy that thinks your team is going to be the best and ends up getting the second, first, or third pick in the draft. So when people have reservations about how they want to talk about the New York Giants, I absolutely understand it. But then I have to think about what I always say is that I have to trust what my eyes are seeing. And what I see when I look at the New York Giants is I see a team that finally has competent coaching. I see a team that has a GM that seems to know what he wants to do. We might not all agree with it, but he seems to know what he wants to do. He seems like he has a plan and that he's willing to stick with it no matter what anybody says. And I just think about the players and the culture in the locker room, and I'm seeing players talk about this team a lot differently than they did previously. You got guys wanting to be here for a long time. You got guys talking about players and talking about the camaraderie and the brotherhood that they're building, both on and off the field. You get to watch clips and videos of these guys interacting with themselves, in the locker room, during practice, during breaks. They have those interviews now that they show on social media where, they're walking into the locker room and they have a question and these guys answer all these questions. You see something happening that you haven't seen in a long time. And I would say the closest thing to it is that the team is coming to a whole, is becoming whole. And for all Giants fans, no matter where you are, as far as where you think we are in this project, whether you think it's a rebuild, a reload, or whatever, just those clips, just the interviews, if you can't admit that the team is not better than what it was, you can at least admit that we are moving in the right direction. And I'll say this: the New York Giants don't have all the pieces yet. There's still some question marks out there. But when I'm comparing the roster from last year to this year, on paper, we are 10 times better. I believe that. And I get excited, man. I get excited when I think about it. When I really sit back and I think about what the scheme could look like, because I don't know for sure what the scheme is going to be. But when I think about the weapons that we have, the people that we've added, and how they can work within this offense, I get excited because everybody that was added to this team makes everybody better. I look at the effect of Darren Waller, Paris Campbell, Jalen Hyatt, a healthy Wan'Dale Robinson, a healthy Sterling Shepard, a full year of Isaiah Hodgins, another season with Daniel Bellinger fully healthy, another season of Dexter Lawrence playing a nose tackle, hopefully a healthy Leonard Williams, another season of Kayvon Thibodeau, a healthy season from Azeez Ojulari, free agent Bobby Okereke. When I think about all these names, I start to get excited because we went from a roster of, what is this? Who is this? I can't believe this guy made the team, to, wow, that guy's pretty good and didn't make the team. And in just a year, you can see the shift in the fan base. And without the season even starting yet, I have to appreciate that and give some flowers out to this new regime. From the GM to the head coaches to the assistant coaches, down to the doctor's staff or whatever, down to the lunch lady. It's a new vibe. It's a new feeling. And for the New York Giants, I see nothing but brighter days in the future. And you could take that any way that you feel like it. But I just know that week 1, when we play the Dallas Cowboys, I expect to see a brand of football for the New York Giants that we haven't seen for a long time. Maybe not ever, as far as in a Giants uniform. And just that alone makes me excited. So I'm going to thank you guys for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.